not bad for the paint. Yeah, that'll be fine. That's not going to do anything. Hi, my name is Austin. This is Gone in 60 Detailing, and I want to share with you why I believe automatic car washes are horrible for your car's paint. Now, I'm not out here to try to convince you one way or the other to visit automatic car washes or not. Depending on how you care for your car, or depending on what that car means to you, the answers might vary. So I'm definitely just not trying to attack automatic car washes in any shape or form. However, I'm just trying to educate you because I think a lot of people, when it comes to automotive detailing products, they're very unaware of the chemicals used, the processes used, and what actually that can do to your clear coat and your paint over time. But I want to make it very clear that any form of washing your car, anytime you are contacting your car, either through wash media or through drying your car, no matter the method, whether that be a rinseless wash, whether that be a 2-bucket method, whether that be an automatic car wash, a spray and rinse type car wash, anytime you're coming in contact with the surface of your vehicle, you can scratch it. And if you're not using the proper techniques, it doesn't matter, you can scratch it. So a little bit about me, really briefly. I worked at an automatic car wash for 5 years, and I loved it. It was one of my favorite jobs that I've ever had, and I learned a lot about automatic car washes when I worked there. And everyone and every car wash that's out there are all different in how they prep the vehicles, in the machines that they have, and the chemicals they use. So not all of them are created equal, and all of them are on different levels of playing field. So at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you some of my experiences, some of the things that I saw, some issues and different things later on in the video. But I want to quickly tackle why an automatic car wash is very harmful for your paint and can be harmful for your paint. And so let's jump into that. Any car wash that you pull up into, these automatic car washes, they're going to have a sign that's going to say, hey, we're not liable for scratched paint, broken windows, windshield wipers. You know, a lot of them sometimes have restrictions on how old the car is, that they're not responsible for it. And the reason for that is liability and protecting themselves. The reality is even you washing your car at home can do damage to your car, but they're protecting themselves from a liability. But as you hear the machines hitting your car, as you hear just all the different sounds of a car wash, people running into the back of your car, I've seen that before, we'll talk about that. They don't want to be liable. They're creating a wash process that is universal, that is trying to cover so many different cars, different shapes, different sizes, and they're trying to have these machines be able to clean all those cars effectively, and the truth is they don't really do that. And every car condition is vastly different. So you're going to see that, and that's sign number one. And I'll share examples of what some of these washes have done over time to cars. But here are the main points, in my opinion, of why I believe automatic car washes are bad for your clear coat and bad for your paint overall. The first is, you do not know who has been through that car wash before your car. If Joe went up in the mountains hunting and took his very muddy rig into the car wash, those machines, they might still have particles of sand, of mud, of potential rocks, and all that is doing is spreading it onto your car. And I'll share examples later on. I've seen that, I've lived that, I've seen the frustration. So these car washes, they're doing hundreds, if not thousands of cars in a single day. And every car wash is different, but they see a high volume of cars with bugs on, cars with mud, dirt, grime, so many different things. And over time, that collects on some of those pads of the washers. Now, a lot of car washes today have developed technologies to help clean those. They have processes to go and clean them, but it's never going to be 100% perfect, and there are going to be remnants and things left behind on that wash media that is now coming in contact with your car. So the first is it's just they're trying to appease to everybody, and you don't know which cars have been in there before you. The second, because these car washes are trying to appease the market, no matter the condition of the car, they're using very high alkaline soaps and high alkaline products. Now, what a high alkaline soap or product does is it has an ability to clean the car better. It cleans that dirt, that grime off. It tackles a number of situations that can really make it easy for that stuff to come off your car and your car come out the other end of the tunnel clean. But what alkaline does, in introducing it in high quantities, obviously on the alkaline scale there's different strengths, and so depending on the car wash and how it's diluted, it can vary. But over time, what that does is it weakens your clear coat, and when it weakens your clear coat, you eventually start to see kind of that cloudiness, and then eventually the clear coat is acting as that shell, that very thin barrier between your car's paint. And then over time now, your car's paint is having defects and issues, and so it leads to clear coat failure on there. Another thing is these rollers and spinners, guys, even the lightest contact on your car can cause micro marring and scratching. And in the video that I've showed of the car wash that I went through, you guys could hear or can hear how hard that is on the car, and they have to have that contact, and so it causes micro marring and micro scratching. That might be from leftover things on the rollers, and it's also just they contact your car kind of harshly. You're not washing your car like that at home, and sometimes those rollers or spinners are not calibrated correctly. Sometimes they've hit a big truck or someone's gone through there and they need readjusted. But just listen how hard they hit your car. Contact, any type of contact with your car, even just lightly. Yeah, that's not bad for the paint. Yeah, that'll be fine. That's not going to do anything. With wash media, not enough soap or drying your car can cause scratches on there. So it makes a massive, massive difference. Another thing why I don't think they're good for your car overall is, like my wife's van, we take through the car wash and it doesn't cover the full car completely. So you're leaving spots on there that it doesn't completely get everything off of your car. It does an okay job, but it gets improper coverage on your car. And then therefore, if I don't go out and wash my wife's car, there's pieces on that paint that have been just dirty for a long time, and that can also cause its other issues. Other things that I think that these car washes do over time, a lot of people go and they pay for the wash and wax. It's not worth it, guys. Any type of protection you put on that car the next time you run it through that car wash, the soaps that they use in there strip any type of protection and anything on your car, and it's not good for it. Another thing is the way that they clean wheels. A lot of these have these very high, hard bristle brushes that clean your wheels, and they will scratch them. They will damage them. So if you have any type of aftermarket wheel, or even what a lot of manufacturers have done with these gloss black wheels, if you're paying for any type of tire cleaner or tire rim wheel wash, it's going to scratch them and it's going to cause issues with it. And another thing when it comes to it is also the people working at these car washes. A lot of times now, you don't really have anybody in there other than the person that's guiding you into the tunnel. But when I worked at my car wash, there were 2 people up front prepping the car. We sprayed the bugs, and 2 people covered the back of the car. And we literally took like nylon green bristle brushes. I still remember them to this day, dipped them in soap and water, and that's what we washed the car with. Those scratch the living heck out of cars before they even went through the car wash. And so the people that are, taking care of your cars, what I'm noticing now, especially when I go to, they spray, some type of bug remover on there. I know when I was working in a car wash, we used a product called Hurricane, and we use that product straight. That is extremely, extremely strong. I don't even know who makes it, but just leaving that sit on the paint, which we did sometimes, or sometimes out in the sun, I guarantee ruin people's clear coats on their cars. And that's in what you're seeing today, the people that are washing your cars or maybe prepping your car, especially in the summer times with bugs. Anytime they're taking a brush to it, scratching it. The chemicals they use are very, very high in alkaline, and they have to do that to get the cars clean. So those are some things that I saw or that I noticed. But I'm noticing a lot of them, are trying to sell graphene, or they're trying to sell, ceramic or different things that are coming out of the wash. Honestly, guys, don't pay for it. It's not worth it. Those car washes will completely strip that of it the second it goes through there. And in my opinion, those products aren't high quality enough for you to really see or notice a difference on it. Other issues or other challenges I have with automatic car washes, and it's great that they leave the towels out for everybody to use after you're done, so maybe you can dry your car or detail it with. those rags are Scratchmaster 2000s. Like, they have been through who knows what. Who knows if the person before dropped it on the ground, if it's got some sand in it, some rocks in it. Like, and I know I'm being picky, but those towels, if you're taking them to your infotainment screens inside your car, they are going to scratch it. These towels have been through a lot. It's nice that they're providing products for you to be able to detail your car, but no. Now, the vacuums, I think the vacuums can be great. Just watch out for the hoses where you've parked your car and how it can scratch as you're kind of going through it. But guys, these are some things that I've ran into, or my opinions, on some of these car washes. The dryers are very, very strong, and even drying your car can scratch your car, believe it or not, these blowers, and it can drag little rocks or little particles across your paint. It is just not the safest way to clean and dry off your paint, especially if you still have some dirt or some things left on your car. It can be very harsh on it. So those are some things that I've noticed over time that I think are detrimental or necessarily not good about an automatic car wash. Here are some stories that I've seen from my own experience in working on one of these car washes. Is I can't tell you how many times we had an old lady that after you pull up, you put it neutral, they would drive through the car wash and drive. Like, they thought, hey, okay, good, I'm good to go, and they would not put their car in neutral. They would drive through, and I watched them rear-end cars in the car washes, believe it or not. I have seen a brand new Jaguar come through, and my boss had to go out in the parking lot with a rotary to polish their paint. One of the machines had leaked drops of like machine oil and lubricant all over the paint, and it smeared it. And it also came through with a whole bunch of swirls and scratches. I mean, the paint was beautiful, and it was their first time taking it through, and my boss had to go out in the parking lot and take a rotary polisher to it, and it left all sorts of hazes and marks on it. I've seen people's windshield wipers ripped off of their cars. I've seen license plate brackets ripped off of cars. I have seen windshields break going through the wash. Now, anytime you introduce water onto heated glass, especially if there's a crack on it, it has a tendency to crack more or make it worse. But the amount of contact that's coming in with the paint, with the glass, it can ruin it. But I have seen countless cars come through or come out of the car wash with scratches, moldings ripped off of cars. I have seen just about anything. Emblems. We used to have a wall that we would have up where we would tape people's emblems to, and we had collected so many different brands, so many different models, and it became a game, and it was quite a bit of fun to be able to notice that. But that is what you're dealing with when it comes through with those car washes, and those are some of the experiences and stories that I've had. Now, to summarize all of this, maybe some of you, and the reason why you go through a car wash is because you don't have the time, you don't have the products, maybe you don't have the access to water, and that's okay. They can serve their purpose. My opinion, I think there's other ways. I'm a big fan of kind of the spray and rinse. Anytime you're not adding contact, to the paint, I'd recommend getting just kind of a good APC or a good pre-soak that you can spray on your car. Take it to one of those car washes where you can spray it with soap, spray it with water, and go about it that way. Rinseless washing your car is a great method that I've done videos on that is a very safe way to clean your paint. But if you're someone that doesn't really care about the micro-marring or scratches, you're a clear coat failure, or you just need your car clean, it can work for the majority of people because the majority of people don't have time to get their cars washed or cleaned. So I understand the reasons for it. And at $20 to $25 a month or $30 a month, you can take it through as much as you want. Overall, if you own the car 4 years, you bought it new, you're going to be able to sell it, and the paint's not going to be hammered as bad, to not be able to resell that someday. So I understand the reasons for using it. I'm not trying to steer you away from using it, but if you're someone that cares about your car or the condition of your paint, you're trying to protect it long term, hire a professional detailer, work with them. There's other methods you can do on your own that's really, really not expensive, that doesn't take a lot of time, that you can do it, that you can care for your car. But cars are already depreciating assets, and I can't tell you how many cars I've gone to detail where I'm like, yep, that car's got clear coat failure, and pretty soon it's got paint failure. And when you look at clear coat, it's literally the thickness of a fingernail. It's not that thick, and so you only have so much on it that's left, and once that's gone, your paint's going to go, and you're going to be paying for a new paint job. So the best way to protect your investment is to do things properly. Automatic car washes in some instances can be good, but those are my experiences. I hope this helps you guys. If I left anything off of here, I'm sure I did. Please leave a comment below, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We will catch you on the next one.